Go ahead, speak.
Little baby duckies.
Hold on. It sucks because I still haven't figured out
The proper.
Because it sounds like it's an echo when I hear you talk.
Little baby duckies, little baby duckies, little baby duckies, little baby duckies.
Close.
Little baby duckies. Wow.
There you go.
Oh, there, I gotta go really
there
close then. Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to be super close, but
I gotta be combat close.
Combat close. There you go. Talk.
Don't shoot till you see the whites.
Yeah.
Of their eyes? Whose eyes? Don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes.
No,
man. It's don't shoot till you see the whites.
Now I get it. Now I get it. That's perfect, man.
Right on.
I love, dude. I seriously loved that movie. By the way,
I'm happy. I figured y'all would like it.
Yeah, but it really was like
it's
something special.
It's just so rare.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I caught it on by luck.
Yeah.
You know, some cable night. I was at home in 90 something.
Yeah.
However long ago it was, and
Just
couldn't stop laughing. And I recorded it. And it was back when you still had VCRs.
Yeah, and you could record.
You just record it, and I didn't have that many tapes. Didn't have that many movies. You know, it was just college. So
Yeah. Oh, there you
watch that movie over and over.
That's why you can quote it so much.
Exactly. That, Pulp Fiction, Jurassic Park,
Oh.
Batman Forever.
Oh, wow.
And there was another one.
I like Batman Forever. I know,
You know what?
It's not the greatest movie,
not
but
the
it's
greatest
still
movie.
fun.
But it is fun. It's awful in its cheese, but it has something to it. And Val Kilmer was awesome. And that was Nicole Kidman.
Oh, I
probably
know.
because that was right around.
Oh, she looked great.
Right around To Die For, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I remember her in it.
Yeah.
Because she is to die for.
Oh, absolutely. It's such a bitchin' movie.
So I'm going to welcome you. I'm going to welcome our guest, Luis Calle.
How do?
And you can either do this or I can do this. We'll flip the hourglass and we'll start the hour.
I like it. It has a sense of ritual.
You know what? I had an instinct. I had an instinct not to open the bottle yet. So
there we go.
So there we go. I'll tap on it for a little bit.
All right, beautiful. And then
all right.
I don't know how we're gonna open these. Are we gonna open these on air?
Yeah. Screw it.
All right. Fuck it.
All right. Here we go.
Right.
And the hour has begun.
Ritual. All right.
By the way, this is from Kathleen Gunderson. She's been meaning me to pass it to you, even though you've seen it.
I haven't. No, I haven't seen this.
No, I've
her.
seen you,
right.
and you've seen her, but you haven't seen this.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. There's a postcard that Kathleen...
I will read the inscription
Yeah.
later with the love that it deserves.
Yeah.
Ms. Gunderson, thank you. I will definitely check that out.
So she didn't know your address. Nobody knows your address. So she sent the postcard to me, figuring she was in France, and so she figured, well, you're off the grid. She figured that that you just, you'd see me at Mango practice or whatever, and then I just pass it to you. But and then she came back, and you've just seen her like a couple times.
Yeah,
already.
I do tend to keep the inner sanctum very secret, not for any, ominous or odd reason.
Yeah.
It's such a boring little place with my little dogs and now cat.
Yeah.
So
there's
nothing there. Yeah, it's not a good. It's a really small place for me, and I have no room, but it's the only place I can call home.
It's a good place. Yeah, I think it's a good place for you.
I keep it very, very sheltered.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't want people there, but it's just the domestic life or whatever.
Oh, exactly.
It makes it difficult to host.
Well,
and be there.
All right, let's do it.
Let us open. I brought special bottles for my esteemed host, Mr. Dedlie, and it's still so weird for me to say that sometimes.
No, I know.
You keep talking while I open these.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Blake Dedlie was my given name actually when I was a young kid, and then I had to change it. And so when I met all these fine people, they knew me as this other name,
I know,
which I'm going to bleep out. And then, well, cheers.
Cheers. I'll do this off mic.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, well,
Oh my God.
Yes.
I didn't even... Strawberry blonde.
That's right.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite beers from one of my favorite places.
I just love the.
Oh yeah, it's simple.
I love the logo.
It's like a '90s French trip hop album cover.
Yeah, I like it.
And I've been drinking it since the '90s. And children, some of you, I probably bring up the '90s a lot. I wasn't actually a '90s kid. I didn't watch Pete and Pete.
Neither did I.
Or any of that stuff. Although I've heard good things.
I've heard good things too. It was adult for its time. I just missed it. I don't know, or I just wasn't interesting to me.
Right. All that stuff. But yeah, I was, as I've said, in the beginning of my young manhood. Well, I don't know if that's even proper to say.
Were you like
nowadays
an '80s kid then?
For lack of a better word, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was.
That's more your.
I was fully
kind.
conscious and aware at the very beginning of the '80s, and was most of my formative years were in the '80s. So yeah, I am an '80s kid.
An '80s kid, yeah.
I certainly don't tout it as such.
No, not at all. No, that's not at all.
You know how some people do. It's just what it was, and I as critical as I am of modern times, it's actually a symptom of my critique of every time. Yeah. Some stuff I just have a certain kindness, I guess, and a sentiment for it, but I'm fully aware that most of it's shit. I think we had a long time ago, but it keeps coming up, this idea of, stuff from the 60s and 70s was just better, man.
Yeah.
No, it's just the good stuff.
The good stuff stayed and stuck around.
It stuck around because it was good.
Yeah.
And all the shit just fell by the wayside, So, I mean, although now you can't escape the shit from the 80s and 90s. And, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Everything. This power of nostalgia and sentiment is just weird to me.
It's fun discovering, like, things that aren't popular from the 80s that is, like, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, good example is Sex Dwarf. By Soft Cell. They usually play, what's the famous song?
Is Tainted Love.
Tainted Love. Which is a fine song.
Right.
For the time. But Sex Dwarf is so good. It's like, it's brilliant.
And the rest of their stuff is much more like that.
Yeah. I've heard a little bit more. Actually, I just got Spotify. No, we're not sponsored, but I know you're not a fan of it. But the version I've been using has been really good. And so I just added that album on. So I heard like one or two songs just recently. It's pretty good. I have so much music now to listen to that it's, awesome. It's pretty fun.
And that is indeed what it should be. The power of music. I think that's why we're here. I don't know.
That is kind of true. Well, this is what I wanted to sort of document. The reason, there's a lot of reasons why I wanted to start this podcast. Right. But one of them was to kind of document, what we do and what we're doing and what we've been doing. And almost 10 years now.
Yes, 10 years in August. Next year. 2019. It'll be 10 years. We'll definitely have to do some madness for that. For those who don't know. And I don't like to assume that people know anything about us.
Right.
I mean, I know that most of the people are friends first, but maybe someday other people will listen. I'm sure if we push it enough. Social branding, everybody.
Social branding.
I hate it. But yes, we are in a band together. Well, quite a few technically.
Quite a few bands.
But the reason, some might say the impetus, the catalyst of this whole thing is Mango Napalm.
Yeah.
And
really is.
It really is. That's how it all started. It was the speck of dust around which a planet cooled and gases collected and crust formed and volcanoes settled. And I know it's all a bunch of shit.
Yeah. But it's true.
It matches the bastardry that we tend to talk about.
It feels true though. Well, especially with like what started after the after fact. The effect of it. It's kind of like an earthquake. It really is like it really was like a napalm burst. Like what was the after effect of it? Yeah. So we started a band, just the two of us.
Right.
And you and I, me and you. And then it was slow to make some friends, but we made some friends, and then we made more friends and more friends, music friends, and just kind of built this thing. I started a side project band called Twisted Black Soul, and then you were in other bands and other friends' bands, and we're still just kind of growing. Now I kind of feel like after the house, we kind of had a lull. a little bit.
You know what? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean, a lull in the sense of being able to,
or being, I don't know, not because of the house, but what am I trying to say? Like,
what are you trying to say?
what it was? That's fine. I'll bleep it out. What it was we had the house, so we would put on shows. So
Right.
it would force us to actually go out and meet bands and stuff like that. Now that we don't have a house and we have other stuff going on, it just like it kind of stopped. We are still playing,
Right.
and we're playing a lot actually. We're playing in other bands, and that's still good and all fine. But there's just something I felt like we kept moving up, and then just kind of steady for you know what I mean?
I understand now. I understand. I mean, I don't know. I guess from my perspective, it seemed like the TBS house. We were having other bands and stuff, but
Yeah.
after a while, it seemed like the same one.
No, it was.
So
It's
that's
true.
why, to me, it doesn't feel like a lull. But I do understand that.
Yeah.
You know, that sense of being, well, let's just do something. You know.
Yeah.
You know, especially the Halloween shows and
Yeah.
and the Valentine's. And
Right.
Satan Fest, of course.
Yeah, which we're still doing.
Which we're still doing. It's
still
a little
doing.
harder to do. It changes the dynamic of the
Yeah.
events a bit, but it still works out.
Yeah. We're still doing it. I don't know. I don't know. It's fun.
Right. Oh yeah.
But well, I wanted to talk about you though more, a little bit more, about the. So growing up as an '80s kid, I'm actually interested. We never really talked about this.
Fair enough.
So I know one of your probably favorite band is Van Halen, but like, what were you really into? What was the first thing you were really into? Like when you were conscious, when you said you.
Right. The Van Halen thing started at 5. I remember.
Oh
But,
shit!
yeah, I know, but you're right. It does go back farther than that.
Oh.
As far as music goes,
Mm-hmm.
I just always loved it. I sang a lot as a kid to everything. Just hearing it on the radio and everything, always just
Just
excited
music, just a music
me.
person.
And it's hard for me to pinpoint anything.
Yeah.
I just liked a lot of things. I just liked music, and I really loved singing. And I wanted to be part of it somehow. My parents got me a little electronic keyboard, a little organ thing, and I just started figuring stuff out on my own and listening it by ear, and that's how I started. The first song I ever learned, I can still play to this day, is Silent Night.
Oh right.
I don't know the words.
Yeah.
But I know the melody.
You know the melody.
And I figured it out, and I was just so excited by that.
Wow.
And
How old were you around that time?
3 or 4?
Mm.
Yeah, it started early.
That's really early.
Yeah, and like I said, the Van Halen thing started at 5, and let me explain that, because like I said, not everybody knows.
Yeah.
I was 5 years old in a Kmart, back when Kmart was a thing.
Oh, this sounds familiar. Yeah,
and
but
they
go
had
on.
a record section in the back, and they had
That's weird to hear.
Yeah,
A record
absolutely.
section in the back of a
record section in the
Kmart.
back of the Kmart.
Oh,
It had a listening booth and everything.
see, that's 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it was 1980 to be exact, and I saw first the cover for Van Halen's "Women and Children First." It's such a simple cover.
Yeah.
It's just the 4 of them with Eddie kind of falling backwards.
Yeah. Oh,
but for some
I
reason,
love that. I love that.
It's simple.
Yeah.
But something about it just attracted me right away. I had to listen to it. So I listened. And the first thing is Cradle, and the Cradle Will Rock.
Yeah.
And I was, and it just, the hair on my hand.
You were turned.
I was turned.
Yeah.
And from then,
the devil got in you.
Absolutely.
What everyone was saying, beware of
yeah.
the devil's music, rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Caught you early.
Absolutely. And then that intensity for one band is how that started. And then, of course, I got into more.
Of course.
But, for example, there's a 4 or 5, there was a kindergarten there at Fletcher Drive School, which I'm sure you know. There was a disco dancing contest. And this was before, like I said, I just liked a lot of things. And even though I was a quiet kid, I also had a bit of the ham in me. So my sister and I entered the dancing contest, and because I was so much larger than all the kids, I've always been the bigger kid of whatever age I was in until a while. But we won first place
Oh my
in the
God.
disco dancing contest.
Wow.
Because I was able to lift my sister and keep her up there and
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
in
yeah.
rhythm. So it's always been there, even with things as silly as disco.
No,
I
that's
won a
great.
Mickey Mouse pin.
Well, lucky you. Oh, have I shown you my Mickey Mouse pin? Right there. Do you see it? It's got it's got crossed off.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's great.
I'll get it.
I want to wear it to Universal Studios. You know Kenjamin? Ken.
That sounds familiar.
Kenjamin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
The Mind Razor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
saw it. I posted on
I keep
like
forgetting that it's Kenjamin.
Yeah,
Or,
well, yeah,
or however you say it.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, but he saw it. I posted on Instagram, and he's all like, "You're gonna get so much nuts berry pussy."
Bless that
Yeah.
man. I love him. And it's so rare for me to say that. Not in a romantic way. Although I have loved many men,
Oh sure.
as people say. But it's harder and harder. It feels like to meet people that you can relate to, especially me. I've always been a bit of a grump and.
Well, it's funny for me. I remember George, my friend from high school, first like real friend. I was like friends with my cousins and stuff, our cousins, and it was just funny because he'd always tell me, "Go to college because you'll meet." Have I told you this? You'll meet people just like you.
Right. Yeah, I do recall this.
And I just never met people like me until I started playing music.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, until I was like really playing music, because I'd always been playing music, but more as like a hobby,
Right.
you know. And then just as like, oh whatever. It wasn't until Mango Napalm that I was like got a lot more serious with it, and then when we started meeting, you know, Decision Incision, all those guys. I was like, I
Right.
know.
There's a few before.
I know the definitely no, but
To be fair.
yeah, oh yeah,
But yeah,
oh no, definitely. Oh, with Never with Angel and Seth.
Seth and
I
Angel
I
and
totally
Marcy
I
and
totally
Eileen
connected to
and
them.
Lolly and Cass.
Yeah,
and
Lolly.
And Chris and Justin.
That's right, Chris.
And Justin.
Oh, and what
And that was And that was the last of it.
what was her name? Wait, we're forgetting.
Lolly. I didn't forget.
No.
Darlene.
Who was the other? Dilene.
Yeah, I said her.
Oh, okay. I missed
Hello
that
to
one.
all you. Like you.
Yeah.
Listen,
I have a feeling Angel's gonna listen to this.
really?
Yeah. No, like in like 20 years.
Oh, in 20
He's gonna be
years.
like, what? I remember the Never. In 20 years, he's gonna be 50, but I feel like he's gonna be an old
You
curmudgeon.
never know.
Man, I don't know.
I'll
Is
only
that the
remember
word?
him as Pegasus.
Curmudgeon?
Yeah, it's a curmudgeon.
Anyways.
As no idea.
All right, so you're in the 80s.
Yes, I'm in the 80s.
And you're listening to rock and roll music. What else were you doing in the 80s?
Suffering from crippling depression, the burden of my own mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt very isolated as a kid, even though I technically wasn't. I mean, I wasn't locked in a dungeon or anything.
Isolated in your own mind.
I felt very alien.
Yeah.
I never really felt open to anybody. I had friends.
Sure.
It was hard for me at first. And I did have some friends here and there, but I was always the nerd. I was always the tall kid. I was always and I was very quiet.
Yeah.
And even as a young kid, I had a weird sense of humor. I was, and
You still have a weird sense of humor, but I love it.
well, yeah, we both do.
Yeah.
And I, was alone a lot because my sweet mother, she worked hard, and she loved us, and she wanted, to support us as much as she can.
Yeah.
But a byproduct was that she worked a lot.
Yeah.
She was there, but she couldn't really pay attention. And I'm not trying to slight her in any way. It's
Oh no.
and I'm only
It's tough.
And that part is only relating to the sense of to this part where, well, I spent a lot of I couldn't bug her and she couldn't just sit there and watch. So she said, oh yeah, just watch TV or read next to me. So I was either reading, listening to music, or watching movies.
Yeah.
So I watched movies that were grossly inappropriate for my age. And that definitely expanded my vocabulary, my sense of humor, my worldviews, and things like that. So that's what that's what set me apart from a lot of kids. And I was always the nerd. I was always I loved to read from the moment I learned how to read around 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I learned how to swim really early. I was always doing stuff early.
Yeah.
And so that just bred this sense of isolation because I couldn't relate to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the smart kids in my class or in my school, they repeated things. They followed what they were supposed to be learning.
Yeah.
And I didn't, and that caused a rift
Yeah.
between me and them. And don't get me wrong, you know, I mean, kids are assholes, of course.
So much.
And they were certainly, you know, cruel to me. But I'm sure I had my moments too. But most of the time, I just felt very alone.
Yeah. But something...
so I escaped into music and movies and everything,
Yeah.
and I still do. So,
yeah, but we're out there playing music, so...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I always wanted to tie in with that. You know, I was learning keyboard, but then it broke, and of course we were poor, so we couldn't afford another one.
Yeah.
And that's when I got the Van Halen rock and roll bug. I wanted to play guitar.
Yeah.
My father had a guitar. He had 2 guitars actually, an acoustic and a crazy Sears Tesco Del Rey. I still remember what it was. And I said, "Will you teach me?" He said, "No." I said, "Can I learn on yours?" "No." "Can you buy me one so I could teach myself?" "No." Still to this day don't know why. But anyway, don't want to get into that right now.
Yeah.
It'll just we can be here all day for that.
Yeah.
But so, and I never got a chance to really focus on it and to carry through with it, with the exception of school music classes, which I absolutely hated. The teacher made me hate music. Made me hate it.
That's
Even
awful.
though people, I could sing, you know, and all that, I couldn't read music. I still can't.
Yeah.
It just doesn't resonate with me. I'm not a visual learner, I've realized.
Right. But yeah,
ear was good.
You can listen. You
I
can listen to it
and just do it. But yeah, she made me hate music, so I didn't even follow it after that. And it wasn't until I always wanted to play guitar, and I just didn't get a chance to. And then all the other symptoms of my mind kept me from really singing a lot.
Yeah.
Or trying to do it anything more than just the occasional choral thing at school or church or whatever.
Right.
Or at home. I did sing a lot at home, mostly to myself.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it wasn't until I was about 16 or 17 when somebody from my mom's work found this shitty Korean classical in the trash.
Wow.
And said, "Hey, I know you like music."
With strings?
No, it didn't have any strings.
Okay.
It was just, but it was all
Yeah.
But it was still more or less in one piece.
Sure.
So I said, maybe you could do something. Maybe you could fix it. So I did. Learned how to do it, and then I started learning how to play, but then I had an accident when I was 18 and fucked up my hand, and it took me another 2 years before I could really start playing.
Yeah.
And by then it stunted what I could do, so I couldn't be Eddie Van Halen. Which sucked, but then I just became me.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Which is
whatever that means.
Which is still awesome. No.
Oh, you're very kind.
I remember that one show we played. I think it was in Long Beach where that guy was like, dude, like he was like a huge guitar nerd, and he like loved like your sound and how you change like sound.
Wow, that was way
every
after.
time.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking. I just remember that
that crazy metal band.
Blacklight District Lounge. Yeah.
Oh, that dude was so nice.
That guy.
He was an amazing guitarist.
Yeah.
His name was Jesse. No, not Jesse. No, it was John. I'm sorry, it was John. Jesse was the singer the bass player for that band. He's a really cool guy. Actually.
I don't get how you remember
they were
all
called
these names.
Others.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know it's weird. I still sometimes but it is harder to remember some than others. Yeah. His name was John. He was a really nice guy. Yeah, and they were an insane band. They were heavy metal and everything. They were the best band that night, as far as I was concerned. But yeah, we taught guitar, and he kept saying, "Oh yeah, how do you do that with a hollow body?" I said, "I don't know. Let's sit down and talk about it."
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's, if I, I still get very self-conscious about the way I play, and then it's been compounded with my
growing,
with this, chronic condition. It's affecting my nerves and everything, and that's making it harder. But on the other hand, it's not like I was shredding and then I can't do that anymore. So it's weird.
You play like you now.
Yeah, I play like I do.
It's funny. I don't know if I ever shared this video with you, but you reminded me of this video I saw where this guy, his hands shake, and he really wanted to be an artist but his hands shake, and none of the schools would want to accept him, which is dumb.
Man,
and then, or I think he just like didn't even apply, and then someone was like, fuck that, like fucking, draw, and so he'd draw these like, of course he would draw what he could do, with his hand all
I could see it almost as like an impressionist
and
thing.
Shit. Yeah, exactly. And it's
creating these beautiful things with blurred lines or something.
Yeah,
I could see that happening.
exactly. And he has great art,
There you go. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
Although, like I said, that's in no way, a bolster for positivity. Fuck you all if you can't do it. There are only few. You're not special. You're really not.
Well,
assholes.
Yeah. Well,
maybe
we should get into that. No. Well, no, just the state of everything.
TED Talks and go fuck themselves.
I mean, like,
sick of it.
I mean, like today is all. No, just like everything that's going on today. It's just so. It's just so.
Confused.
It's just so, I don't know, interesting.
I do come up. I know I come up. I can go off on that stuff. It's just, I tend to see things in long view.
Yeah.
Society, humanity, culture, religions. I look in long view, and I'm not talking 5-10 years. I'm talking thousands of years. I read everything as a kid. I read the entire encyclopedia.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
For like a year and a half. I read it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I remember the Grolier World Dictionary, 1981.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was 6.
That's why maybe that's why you can remember names, just like names and words.
I don't have a
places.
photographic memory, but my mind is very associative.
Yeah.
It's a sphere, for those of you who know epistemology.
I know.
I'm being an ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being a truthful ass, or an accurate ass.
Yeah.
An ass nonetheless. But yeah, my mind tends to. I don't think in straight lines. I think in associative terms. Imagine this giant cloud, and there are billions of points.
Yeah.
All through it. So at the center, let's for lack of a better model, let's just say the processor is at the
dumb it down
very
for
center.
me, please.
Yeah, imagine the processor is at the very. Those globes that have the light, the 50,000 watt lights in the middle, and it looks like a science project. And if you touch the glass, the arcs,
sure,
touch you.
Yeah.
Imagine it like that, the sphere full of just billions of points.
Yeah, going around.
And so my mind will jump from one point to another, and it'll all meet in the center.
Oh, wow.
So that's how my mind works.
Huh.
So that's why it seems I can bring all these disparate pieces of information together, or names and things like that. Although it's getting a little harder as I get older.
Sure.
The burdens of my labors are telling on me.
Yeah. Speaking of your labors, well, what? So I'm curious, what shifted for you? Because you were like, we had talked about this, but I never really found out. You moved to San Francisco, right? For 10 years. You were there for 10 years.
I was there for 10 years.
You came back, and I feel like you came back as like a new man. Where was the shift for you, or was it just gradual?
It was a gradual thing, but there was a certain shift involved.
Drugs?
No, that was before.
Oh.
To numb the pain.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, that was mostly for fun. I did have some enlightening, edifying experiences on drugs. But,
yeah.
That isn't where the shift came. Although they were consequential later.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I moved up there. I was 25. Yeah, I was 25 when I moved up there. And I was burned out from a lot of things, and I went up there so after I moved up there, I was, trying to adjust into a new place. I'd never lived there, of course, before, but I loved it the times I'd visited. And so I was up there and meeting a whole group of different people and really enjoying myself. And still, I'm still figuring out things.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, there was a shift of how I addressed and how I coped with my trauma. so to speak. Dealing with the burden of my mind, as I like to say.
Yeah.
I had to, before it was always a burden, like I said, it was a pain to be me.
Yeah.
To really distill it. So instead of suffering with who I was, I embraced who I was. And that's where the shift happened. And it opened up so much for me, music-wise, personality-wise, love-wise, all that. That's where the shift was. That's why it seemed like I was very different. Or, when I came back.
Well, yeah.
By the time you saw me again.
However
many years.
After, yes.
Yeah.
A certain amount of years.
Yeah,
I think we
hadn't
last
seen
week
him in a long time.
was since our grandmother's. Funeral.
Bless her.
Yeah.
We weren't close, but bless her all the same.
Yeah.
That's another story. I'm not going to dig into family.
No, we don't. Yeah, definitely. Sure.
It's all from my perspective.
We don't have to get in. That's definitely something I don't think we should get into.
Absolutely. So that's where that shift happened. Up there, really, the turning of the soul, as Plato would say. I'm going to be a real dick and just drop philosophical.
Please,
bullshit.
just do it. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a shift in how I perceived who I was.
Yeah.
And, people in the zeitgeist right now, they're screaming about, what they are because they think that's going to determine who they are.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely untrue.
Yeah.
It really, it makes you a shell. It makes you a caricature.
Right.
Of a person. It doesn't say who you are. You could be, a polyamorous witch from, an Atlanta, all woke and shit. And you could say that's what you are. You could still be a complete and total asshole.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you who you are. See, that's the shit. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
The screeching for identity, but they're coming at it from the wrong way.
Well, I think it's like it's social media and Instagram. You can have this identity online that's very much
most
you.
Of it's absolute horseshit.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I had fun with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm learning to have fun.
Yeah.
Showing just the asshole part of me as a complete fuck you to the milieu of positivity. I really hate that.
I'm actually thinking about taking down my Blake Dedlie Facebook page and starting a new page.
But then you have so many contacts.
Oh no, I'll still add them and just be like, hey, this is me. Like the ones, all those important contacts.
Right.
But I feel like there's a cleansing I need, like a social media cleansing as 21st century as that sounds.
There is I've had that thing for a long time, and there are people that I don't know why they're on there.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I mean, now I'm very controlling about who I add and all that.
Right.
Some stuff, they just found me or they were cute.
Well, yeah. I
am, but I'm,
I know.
Flesh and blood.
Yeah, it's the worst one. Like, I'll follow these chicks that are hot. And then, years later, I'm like, who is this person?
Right.
Like, they have, a kid and stuff, and all their pictures are just, their kid. Yeah, good for them and their family, whatever.
You forgot why you were with them.
Yeah, I was like, why did I even follow this person? And then I look back years later, I'm like, okay. Well, good to know she has a great life. Unfollow. Unfriend. Or whatever.
Oh, my God, the patriarchal bent.
This is the patriarchy.
Jesus.
I should have named the podcast The Patriarchy. Or The Patriarchy Hour. I don't know. I think that actually is a podcast.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Idaho. Nah, they're not smart enough.
Somewhere in Idaho.
Nah, that's gonna be somewhere in Connecticut.
I was just gonna say, the northeast. Yep.
Where they have the money and the dress to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
That's the last place I want to visit. I
do want to visit there.
I do, but I mean, I want to do the South first.
Oh yeah.
And then I want to.
Ghosts.
Yes. Oh, Andrea. We talked about it. Well, you'll hear it soon.
Nice.
Andrea went to Virginia.
Ooh.
And she just felt like
everywhere.
it felt it everywhere. It was
I was
crazy.
being literal and figurative.
No,
but yeah, that's another reason.
No, she felt the strangeness. I went, but I don't think I was totally connected yet.
Right,
so
your force is much stronger.
Yeah,
you were much more connected to the force.
Yeah, for reals.
And I like that we're doing this the day before the autumnal equinox.
That's right.
Changing of the seasons.
Oh shit!
The veils are moving people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
It's been a goddamn crazy.
Yes, it has.
Fucking summer.
Yes, it is.
No, for reals.
Right.
Oh my god.
But we digress.
Yeah.
Well, but hey, this is the Dedlie hour. We can talk about what we want.
Well, no, let's talk about it. I mean, that's why. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I put him up there, but I put him up there.
Yeah, I see it.
As a reminder of I don't know what.
Baby.
Yeah.
Chief, baby.
Yeah, we have a chief.
Like I said, I didn't get to talk to him in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I feel bad about that. I thought he just didn't like us anymore.
Well, he didn't. Well, we stopped playing shows with him because he put us at midnight on Wednesday. And you know what? That happens. If he took it personally, I still appreciate him and what he did. You know, yeah. We honored. Yeah, just
we still
the relationship changed.
Right. It's all right. That we didn't like a lot of the bands, but hey.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing. We didn't have this similar taste in music, but whatever.
Yeah. Still, a dude recipe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's all right, man. Yeah, that all comes back. Yeah, the shift, the change, the perception.
Yeah.
A lot of that happened up there, and then.
Yeah,
when I came
Francisco,
back. When I came back. Although, I mean, I actually spent most of my time in Oakland and El Cerrito. I never got to live in San Francisco. It was way too expensive even then.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it was too expensive even then.
Yeah.
And having gone back recently,
It's
sad to see the change.
Right.
Really sad.
But I mean, it's like saying, I'm live in Los Angeles, but you really live, kind of like on the outskirts or wherever.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right.
Fair.
But I get it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Although people always get surprised whenever I tell them I'm from Los Angeles. Do you get that? Whenever you tell people you're from Los Angeles, that like people are like, no one's from Los Angeles.
No, because you could tell I'm from here in the sense of
really.
Well,
people can't tell that I'm from here. Then
you know why?
Why?
And this is going to be an odd thing. And sensitive people, please cover your ears and write about it on your blogs or whatever the fuck you're going to do. You appear as an outsider to most people because to them you probably look like I'm here to write my screenplay or to make it or something. You know what? It's because you look white, even though you're half white.
Oh, I see.
And me, I'm just this ugly, big. They don't know if I'm Armenian or Korean or Native American. They don't know what I am.
I see what you mean.
And so to them, I'm just a dude. And it's like, I'm from LA. Even if they see me at a club or somewhere playing music, because of the very nature of it and how we do it and what we do.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks that I'm here to make it, man.
Right.
I'm here to just be.
That's a really good point. Wow. I remember.
That's what I do, sir.
I remember dressing like this. I went on a date and somebody called me. Like I don't know. We were talking about something and stereotypes and stuff, and she said that I looked like a hipster, like this.
Horrible, like they did in The Punisher when season 2 of
Punisher. I haven't seen any of the Punishers. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it. Horrible. It's been weird. I've been in this weird. I haven't watched any shows. I've only been watching YouTube.
My way to tune out the world.
Dude, you got me. No, well, what I do is all I do is watch YouTube videos and video essays from nerds. And it's funny, you introduced me to High Top Films. Right. I watch everything of theirs.
Oh, that's funny.
He's great, by the way.
You introduced me to. Was it Lessons from the Screenplay?
Lessons from the Screenplay.
Yeah. I like that.
He's good. He's smart.
Yeah, he's smart.
He's
a couple things I don't agree with.
No,
but people, you could still talk to people and still like them.
Exactly.
Even if you don't fully agree.
There's a guy.
Point by point.
There's a guy named Patrick Willems. He loved The Force Awakens.
Right.
Loved it. For the people that don't know, I hated it. We both hated it. We actually saw it together.
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. I'm sorry. Did I say The Force Awakens?
Yeah.
The Last Jedi. My apologies. He loves the Last Jedi. and we hated
it.
The Last Jedi.
Hated it.
Oh God, in living color.
Oh yeah.
But I still like him. I still like his videos. I'll watch it.
fine.
I'll watch his, but I completely disagreed with why he liked it and everything.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh,
it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and we were talking about. I think people have asked us over the years, trying to ask our influences and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the bigger stuff we agree on, or we share, and it does come through in how we play together.
Yeah.
But there are a few outliers where they're vastly different, but it doesn't affect anything.
Yeah.
Or
it just makes us more
right
individuals.
Right. Or like with Ish,
It's
there's
like
a lot of stuff we don't like that he hates, or or even when we go to see a show. Wow, we love this band.
Yeah.
And of course we do that all the time as well. But it's hard to gauge what he likes. I love him to death.
He likes.
Love you, Ish.
We actually like.
I love you, no.
There's some.
I love you, Eli.
There's some bands that we do like, but then there's some like
a lot.
Yeah, but there's a lot that we don't. But he likes 2. You know what I mean? Like out of all the bands, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's liked 2, maybe 3. No, 3.
Maybe 3.
3.
Yeah. Even some of the bands that I won't say it, but some of the bands that we play with, he just tolerates.
Right. Absolutely. I get it. But that's the nature of it, because you have to make concessions.
Yeah.
With some stuff.
And he's friendly with them, and he's super cool with them when he is.
When.
Yeah. But
that's one source when you don't say anything to anybody. That's even if I think somebody's okay or whatever, I'll say something. But if I really don't like them, I don't say a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I don't come near them. I don't.
Yeah.
But of course, people do that to us. But that's because they don't like us as people. They're afraid. They're either afraid or they don't deign to meddle with such peasants like us.
Yeah. It's weird, the crowd sometimes. I don't know.
And the bands were right there. But anyway, that's another podcast.
We need to do another music video.
Absolutely.
We need to do that. It's
oh yeah.
I'd love to do more music videos. Yeah, exactly.
So hard,
but when and like the editing takes forever.
Right. I know, and which you do amazingly.
I'm just complaining. I just need to get to it.
Yeah, but it's awesome when you do it. I get it. I always appreciate it.
Yeah, but we need to do another one soon.
We'll
I need to do
more.
Yeah,
we need to put Noel out in a video with us. Well, we already have one.
We have an idea for it.
Right.
And we got to do it.
Absolutely.
God, what was I gonna say? Yeah, we should just have a meeting about it. Go to dinner or something, and then talk about it, and then make it happen.
Right.
So we don't have a lot of time left. I mean, we do and we don't. But actually, we don't. I'd like to, if you wouldn't mind, you can say no, but would you be willing to sing a song or two?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
There's Angie.
Hey, Angie.
Let me get a pick. Or do you have? You come prepared. Of course.
That's how I do, baby. I'm the Boy Scout. I'm like Ish and Eli. And
oh, that's
Boy
right.
Scouts. We're all prepared. Usually have these right in the little fifth pocket. But
right.
Wow, I don't. What do you want me to do? I have no idea.
I don't know yet. But let me tell that story really quick. I love that story.
I don't know.
When I was in Twisted Black Soul, the first show, Twisted Black Soul, I remember. You were there. It was with Ismail and Eladio, just the 3 of us. It started it, and we were missing something. I couldn't remember what it was. This was like my first show with like somebody that wasn't with Luis Calle, and so we were looking for something, and I went up to Ismail. I was like, "Bro, like, do we have this?" I was like all fucking panicked, and he's just like, dude, chill. Like, we're fucking Boy Scouts. We have everything, and it just put me to ease. And like, I just remember being like, fuck, these guys got it, like, fuck yeah, like I was in good hands.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, play whatever song you want to play.
Anything?
Let me put the microphone down just a little bit.
I don't know what you want me to do. Let me make sure I'm in tune.
Yeah, make sure you're in tune. That's good. If you sing,
it'll pick up.
Yeah, it'll pick up. Let me just
see what to do. Oh my.
Well, we were talking about San Francisco. Are there any songs that remind you of San Francisco, or you wrote in San Francisco that you know?
I was gonna do a cover just to do it, but no. Let me see.
That's cool too.
Wow, I haven't thought about any of these in a while. Strictly. You can hear me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Damn, I don't remember. There was one tune. Can't remember how to play it anymore. But I did do this one a lot in San Francisco. So let me do it. Let's see. It's the luck of the draw. How you wound up with me, I don't know how at all. But I beg you to stay. All around on the earth, where the world's still small. Honey, don't think about it too long now. Honey, don't think you're liable to figure me out. Something wrong in my star. Could you look at my chart and help me heal these scars? Could you learn to read minds? At least of mine, do you read in the dark? Honey, don't think about it too long now. Honey, don't think you're liable to figure me out. Don't want to figure me out. Don't want to figure me out. Don't want to lose. Honey, don't think about it too long now. Honey, don't think you're liable to figure me out. Honey, don't think about it too long now. Honey, don't think you're liable to figure me out. Honey, don't.
Cool.
I had no idea that I was going to do that.
All right.
All right. How we do?
Yeah. Bring that back
all right.
up.
All right. What do we? There you go.
That's good.
All right. Hope that wasn't too bad.
Well, it was cool. I
haven't played that in a while.
Yeah, no, it's just your vocals were like louder
Oh,
in
sorry.
the beginning. No, it's
I
fine.
project people.
Yeah. No, you're good. So that's why I'm like moved it away.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
it's gonna sound a little weird. No, it's fine.
I use my diaphragm, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely. Here, you can pass it to me.
Oh, thanks. All right. Don't hit. All right. There we go. Oh, my.
Angie.
Yeah. Oh, sweet Angie. I could have played Angie, I guess. That was the one that popped into mind. I'm seeing Grantley Phillips tomorrow. So the guy that wrote that.
Really?
And he is one of my absolute favorites and influences.
Yeah.
So he was in my mind. So I went with that one.
Oh, nice. That's cool that your mom still goes to shows and shit. I mean, it's great.
Yeah. She doesn't like most of what we do. I mean, it's too loud.
Oh no, but I mean,
the fact that she'll do it.
She'll go to shows. It's awesome.
It's funny to me.
Yeah,
she likes it. It's something for her to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, my sweet mama. I can be such a prick just being me. You know, sometimes I don't. It's something I need to work on for myself. A little more control. Sometimes I just, my passion switches into anger. I really shouldn't do that as much. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Foibles. I'm well aware of my foibles. It's one of the things that, like I said, the burden of my own mind and being a very contemplative person from birth, really. I've always been very much in my mind, and so for everything that I know about myself, I'm very aware of both the positive and negative.
Right.
My shadow is very much up in front.
Right. No,
and I try to bring that, out in different things.
Well, it's interesting because when I won't say who, but there's a person we know, who when he gets drunk, his shadow comes out.
Oh yeah, that could be said for a lot of people.
Yeah, for a lot of people, but like for him, I mean, I saw it firsthand.
Oh yeah, I've seen it too,
and it's terrifying. Yeah, we've seen it. Yeah, it's terrifying. And when you get drunk, you become really happy and friendly.
Well, I
because you always wear your shadow.
Yeah, I'm always my shadow.
You're always the shadow.
I'm
yeah,
always the shadow.
That is very fascinating.
It's harder for me to be open or just carefree. I can be very guarded.
Yeah.
It's a sign of a sensitive heart, people. Don't you see?
No. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's interesting that you say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying it in a form of jest, but that's really what it is.
No,
I was always a sensitive little kid, and
yeah,
I was always aware of things, and then the travails and storms of life have forced me to be hard. But at the core of it, I'm still a very sensitive kid.
Softy.
Big old softy.
Yeah.
It's funny, even yesterday I was talking to somebody, and I said, these people, and I can't deal with my bastardry. But the woman said, but you're a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Damn it. I mean, I guess I am. I can't really. At the end of it, I'd much rather have it that people actually know that than say, no, he's just an asshole, period. No. I don't, like with my lady, when I say, I'm such an asshole, she just nods. But I know she understands what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm only being an asshole in the sense of, either as a statement of something or because it's fun.
No, yeah, true. It's fun to be an asshole.
Certainly can be.
Especially on stage for me. Absolutely, I don't know. Yeah. That's where like the asshole really comes out a lot.
Your persona, your presence, which is really what fuels your persona, has grown so much. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
And now with the terpenes, it, even though you're not the front man or the singer for that, although you do have some singing in that, but as the lead guitarist, you're the guitarist with mystique, as Keith and Mick used to say, or as an almost famous, and so you get to do that and really just shine. And it comes off. You're not some hired gun or feeble little sidekick on the side. You're there kicking ass.
Oh, thank you.
Unleashing holy hell, as it should be.
I was thinking about it. Thank you for that, by the way. Yeah. I was thinking about, like, I don't know, before or after the shows,
right?
Just like, hey, so we're playing at, like, Terpenes are playing September 28th, Mango Napalm playing October 5th, but I don't know. I don't know about that on this.
Almost a lot of people don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you got to do that, and there's some stuff we have to do.
Yeah.
If I had it my way, I wouldn't do social media. Or at least the way that I have to do it now.
It's the way the world is.
It's a concession.
We got an EP out this year.
That we do.
And we got a website. And we got a website.
Yeah. We got all that.
We should buy. It's stupid.
What?
We should buy this domain Tasty Destruction. It goes to the Mango Napalm.
Oh yeah, we never figured that out. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
We'll do that offline. Dude,
I looked at the Twisted Black Soul site, and I looked everywhere, that thing's gone. I think it just goes away after a while. The name. So I don't know if we just need to wait or what.
Right, but we'll figure it out.
But anyways. But yeah, we got an EP out, Tasty Destruction.
That's right, with young Noel.
Noel on bass.
He
the newest member of
Mango Napalm. It's been almost quite 2 years.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
It seems more recent, but it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
And we love Noel.
He really fits.
He fits really well
with us.
Yeah. He's pretty. We're ugly. Well, I'm ugly. And Dave's a good-looking man, but he's more of the ruggedly handsome.
Ruggedly handsome, exactly.
But
there are women that find me
he's
handsome,
ridiculous.
but it's more for like I don't know, guys. It's more for guys that have. No, I'm kidding. It's more for chicks that I don't know. They've called. I don't know. I have this like handsomeness. I've gotten to handsome. I haven't gotten like pretty or anything. Noel's pretty.
Noel's very pretty.
Noel is a pretty
and
man.
Also ridiculously talented. I don't want to slight him.
Yeah.
I don't want to make him the Ben Orr.
Well, he wouldn't be in the band if he wasn't. If it wasn't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because if that were, well, no, I'm not going to talk about that master plan we used to have at one point. A lot of dark things we do that we never did because. In the end, we are kind of nice guys.
Yeah, but God.
But we are assholes in the end.
Remember when we used to play with Maria Bamford?
Oh, that was beautiful. And it makes me so sad that she didn't like it, and I guess she got resentful about it. We tried for people, to explain to people, Maria Bamford, an amazing comic who lived for a long time here in L.A., she was doing these really fun, just little pop-up shows in little places in Highland Park, and people would go, and she wanted to do comedy sing-alongs, and so at first it was just her on one mic or something. It sounded awful, and nobody was doing it. So I offered to be the music part, and we started doing it. And it was some. The problem was this problem was we would get the songs the day before.
Yeah.
So even as good as we are. Well, it's hard to do that sometimes with some of the tunes.
Well, sometimes, yes. I think she would tell us.
Sometimes 2 days, sometimes the day before.
Yeah.
The Christmas I hated that show. I felt horrible because I'm not a Christmas guy, and I didn't know the songs.
Yeah, I did.
I felt horrible. So it seemed like we weren't
prepared.
Yeah, and we weren't. But it was still fun to just be a part of that. Yeah. We met some cool people. That's the Ogre Mage people.
Ogre Mage, that's right.
So we still know a couple of them. Like, I still know Tom. He's got.
Is he still doing stuff?
Oh yeah. He took a break for a while, but now he's got like a metal band.
Really?
He does a lot, but he's still doing a lot of like puppet. He does like a show with puppets. It's really funny. Some puppets. It's really great. Tom Becker, people follow him. I know Zach is still a comic. Monique is still a comic.
Yeah.
But she's a little more quiet on the music side. But she does comedy still.
Yeah.
And the others I don't remember. But yeah, they were cool. And then we met other people that way. And that happened really early on, and then for a while it was we struggled for a long time to get shows because we didn't know anybody.
Didn't know anyone.
I didn't know anybody.
Two assholes.
Yeah, just two dudes
trying to get gigs.
Right, and with these weird songs, and there'd be times I remember it'd be like a year between shows because we didn't know anybody, and we would play it.
We practice.
We practiced, but nobody was there when we did show. I remember our first show that wasn't that fall festival thing. The first show was that fall festival one, but after that, it was months, and then we did a show down in the Stars at Night. They were cool enough to have us, but it was like Thursday at 1:00 in the morning when we finally played, and nobody was there. And that was the way we played for a long time, and so we never got to play because nobody knew us.
And it wasn't until Never
Never
stuck around.
Yeah, first band that ever stuck around.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Stars at Night, to their credit, they
they were cool with us, and they still are cool.
But did they just check us out?
Yeah.
Oh, they did? Okay.
One of them did.
That's
right, but they're still really nice.
Yeah.
And they've grown in leaps and bounds. It's amazing.
They really have.
Yeah, they're kick-ass. They got a new singer, too.
Yeah.
They got a new singer.
I heard.
A chick from that band No Girlfriends.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how that worked, but yeah.
What a small
world. But so yeah, it's through perseverance. We just kept playing. We refused to be ignored, even though we were ignored, but we refused to do it because we both love playing, so we just kept doing it. And then finally, we just more and more bands started hanging out with us and seeing us, and then they got us shows, and then we got them shows, and that's how it's happened.
We've been playing more and more shows,
way more because we stuck to it,
people.
And not in a positivity way. It was just we had to. That's what we do.
Because we like playing music.
We like playing, and so it kept happening.
Not these goddamn fucking posers who are like, oh my god.
We got our first show at this Echo. Fuck you. Yeah, you're all actors or models.
Yeah, we've been. Damn it. We decided to form a band
Right, and our first show is at the Mint.
Our first show is at the Mint. Because we're ridiculously hot. So buy tickets $10, and people will because they're like their friends and stuff.
We're not bitter.
God, it's just it's the grind.
Sometimes, we almost exist almost out of spite, but not really. No, it's because we love what we do. But we do definitely have that aura of, well, fuck you all. We're gonna just play.
Well, because we don't play, songs that are in right now.
I don't think they'd be in ever.
Well,
in the sense of it doesn't. It's not.
No,
it's genre work.
It's true. We're a musicians band.
Right, we're a musicians band.
That's why most of the people that come to our shows are like
and musicians. The people, but they keep asking us to play, or they keep asking us to play with them, which is even a bigger.
That's the greatest part.
It is great.
Yeah, people are asking us now for gigs,
and it's and also to play with them. I mean, it's the last few years. It's been people have asked us to, either help them with a show or to play or to be in their band for a while. Sometimes that doesn't pan out as much because of whatever. But people keep asking. Yeah. And it's an honor, and it shows that we're not out of our minds in doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
We have something to offer. People keep wanting to do it.
Yeah.
They want us to be with them and play with them.
Allies, as
we have allies, and I have to me it's a war. A war of attrition. I will outlast all of you. And we have. I mean,
We've outlasted a lot of bands. But it kind of sucks too, because we're trying to book this
shows that we can't. We don't know anybody.
We don't know anybody anymore.
That we like and that would fit the bill. Because we do have other bands, but they don't. We don't want to do an acoustic show.
We don't want the same
stuff, right?
All the time. I get it now.
That's why I want to do it.
Yeah, switch it up.
Try to switch it up. Otherwise, it would be the same three bands all the time. But we can't do that. I don't want to do that.
We can't do that
because I don't want to play to my friends. I know that's how LA is geared, but I don't want to play to my friends. I want to try to meet new people. That's why, or these people who play the same kind of shows all the time. They play either art galleries or LGBT stuff, and that's fine. But they're playing to the same crowd all the time, and it's the same stuff. You see it over and over again. Yeah. I said, go to Lancaster. Go to fucking, go out to Palm Springs, or no, they'd be fine in Palm Springs, but go north and go somewhere and play to some shit bar and where nobody knows who you are.
Which is what we've done.
Which is what we do. So that's why.
And we've had some good shows out in
absolutely in the middle of nowhere,
fuck-town places. People
right because we shake them up.
Yeah,
shake it up.
Yeah, when we're good, we're like on it.
Right, and then, or some days my hands hurt, but that's another story.
But
the sands are wearing away. It breaks my heart. Not that we're gonna not keep talking after this, but still.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well,
anything else? Anything you want to bring up? Formalities.
Well, I'd like to thank my guest Luis Calle for being my fifth guest ever.
Oh, you broke the fourth wall, the mystery, man.
I know. What? Are you number 5? Actually,
I have no idea.
You're number 6.
See, there you go. But I'm sure it'll be later.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. Noel
was 3.
3.
Ish was 2. I don't know.
Yeah,
you said you spoke to Andrea and the
Oh,
Goons?
Kathleen and Andrea. Yeah. So you're 6.
The
You are 6.
And the Drizzle.
And the Drizz. All right, cool. Yeah.
We got time.
We do have time. A little bit of time.
Let's talk. Yeah, let's talk.
Yeah,
Ask me anything. Something that you
AMA. Ask you anything. Oh, I really thought that the sands were going to run out.
Yeah, I did too.
Have a little bit of time.
Ask me something.
Let's see.
Something that you may have always wanted to ask, even though we talk all the time.
I know, exactly. That's the thing. I have asked. I wanted to know what that shift was, because here's why I brought up all the shift, because I still feel like the shift hasn't fully happened for me. I'm still in transition. I definitely feel the transition. I'm leagues from where I used to be, but
it could be a slight thing. It could be huge.
That's what people tell me.
Yeah,
it depends. It's a slight thing.
It started out small for me, and then there was one huge event that changed how I looked at things, and I felt a change overnight. But it was the impetus of Red and Black, by the way. That whole song, Red and Black, the woman that inspired that song,
really,
was the huge kick in the balls that helped. I had already been on a path of shift, but a shift.
It kind of knocked
the path
you
of the shift, and then that one, that was that final straw, so to speak.
Wow.
And that really pushed me, and then it was all uphill from there, so to speak. So yeah, sometimes it'll. Well, we can talk about it over many beers.
Many beers. All right. Well, cheers. That's it.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Dedlie.